Alright, it is June 5th, 2021. Starting off my first hike of the summer season. It's a nice, cool, crisp morning. I expect it to be in the 50s and 60s later on. Today I will be climbing Cirque Peak via Cottonwood Pass, the most direct route, even if it is probably steeper. Alright, so I'm thinking August I might do Trail Peak, which is right there, nice and close by. But today we're heading to Cottonwood Pass, up this way. It's nice that these first couple miles are just flat. You can kind of get yourself in a little bit of a rhythm before you start trudging uphill. I told myself I wasn't going to do too much video, especially early on, but this is a really nice view of everything. Here's Trail Peak once again. Actually, you can see the trail right there. You can even divulge from right here and just cross that little meadow there and just head right up. How close that is. I feel like I could almost do that right now and then go Cirque Peak. But right there ahead of me is Cottonwood Pass. It's the first little leg to climb. Oh no, fallen tree, hike canceled, turning around. It's kind of too big, I don't want to climb over that. Let's go around it. Alright, probably around 2 miles in. Maybe even a little further. Whew. Finally started real elevation climbing. This should be moderate all the way to the top of this pass here. I think I'll take a rest, my first rest break pretty soon. In the middle of climbing Cottonwood Pass. In the middle of switchback hell. Just endless switchbacks. I mean, they're necessary, but they just kind of go on forever. Makes you feel like you're not getting any progress. Nice view. Alright. 8:38 in the morning. I'm a good probably over 45 minutes ahead of time. Top of Cottonwood Pass. I think it's 11,200 or something. I only had to take one rest stop. I'm starting to get kind of tired. I am gonna maybe once I go down the other side of the pass find a nice shady spot and take a little bit more substantial break, have a little breakfast. I brought some snacks. That is a beautiful view. And then I believe think it's that sign there. That's where the Cottonwood Pass trail meets up with the Pacific Crest Trail. I'm going to be going, there's the sign, so I'm going to be going to the right and heading off somewhere that way towards Chicken Spring Lake. All the trees are in the way, but Cirque Peak will be over there somewhere. And tiny specks of snow. Yeah, feeling good. So I'll be following the Pacific Crest Trail for, I don't know, probably about 2 miles, and then I'll just bolt to the right up the mountain. See these little Pacific Crest Trail markers every now and then. So Chicken Spring Lake should be right at the base of that hill, I'll call it. Somewhere over in there. This little meadow here is an extension of it, kind of. Right now I got one little additional lip to go up and over, and then I'll be paralleling Cirque Peak itself, and I just have to choose a good spot to climb. I should be over 4 miles into the hike by now. Alright, made it up another little small ridge line right above Chicken Spring Lake. You can see the water level is kind of low. All the vegetation where those rocks are over there, that's where the water level often is. That's not bad of a lake. This is a beautiful vantage point. Alright, so I've already ditched Pacific Crest Trail. It's just right down there. Just resting before the main climb. The trail is starting to trend downhill, and I feel like I've already lost like 100 feet of elevation, so I didn't want to, every foot I lose is another foot I have to climb back up, so I've decided to begin my ascent a little bit earlier than I initially routed, but that's alright. Alright, so I think I picked a terrible climbing spot, although it's gotten slightly better right here. There is so much loose dirt. It was really hard to get my footing. This looks a little better. Whew. think that might be Cirque Peak. It's kind of hard to tell up here because every time you go over a little hill, and there's always a bigger one right behind it hiding, that could be it. Just based on looking at satellite imagery. Despite the sand, I think this route that I've taken is so far better than the route I did 4 years ago. That's going to be hard to get up that steep. I think I'm around 12,000, maybe 12,100. Got a little build up a cloud right there. The last few days there have been showers in this vicinity, so it's something I have to keep in mind. I gotta hope that little guy doesn't turn into a big guy. At least not until I start heading down. 12,400 feet. Just another 500 feet to go. Actually, probably closer to 450. I'm getting close to where I had to give up last time I did this. But just had a nice little rest stop. Drink a bunch of water. We'll push past it. 12,600. Let it be known, this part of the hike is horrible. It is just boulders after boulder after boulder. There's no way around it. 300 feet. That's all I need. I'm just about, maybe slightly past now, where I had to turn back 4 years ago. $12,775 feet. That's like another 140 feet to go. Look at this view. A little bit of snow over there. Just that might be it right there. But, whew. These boulders, they're something else. They're just really exhausting. The Cirque and Cirque Peak. 5 hours and 12 minutes. I am at the summit of Cirque Peak. 12,906 roughly. Let's take a little tour of our surroundings. So there's the Cottonwood Lakes. So the parking area. Man, I can see everything here. Let's go through it all. So the parking area is over there. The first couple miles of flat trail kind of followed the meadow there, and then the actual road will go through a little canyon. And then Owens Valley dead ahead. So I hiked up behind this little hill here. That is Trail Peak. Another view of it. I still think that's Alancha Peak off in the distance there. I don't want to, I don't 100% know, but I don't think there's any other peaks that big further south than this. So I think that's Alancha Peak. And of course I've been up Cottonwood Pass just up to the right of that, so I did that in December. And then just look at this beautiful forest. I went all the way behind that, up Cottonwood Pass, up another couple whips, past that Chicken Spring Lake, and then I just kind of wasn't directly up, kind of sideways up to make it a little bit less steep. But I left the tree line way down there somewhere and just kind of went all the way across and then kind of finished up from this side. And that's a drop off over there. We'll just not go over there. Let's head over here. We'll get that nice view of the Cirque. And there's some other interesting things here too. So there's the nice little ring that it forms. You get a lot of snow and it kind of gets stuck here. Oh, nice big blob of snow there. And then the Cirque kind of peters off. That is probably the last of the Cottonwood Lakes. Wow, that is really flat. Look at that. So I definitely did a much harder route. It is... Oh, alright, I'll get to that in a minute. I just saw something. It is... What I did was the shorter route. The actual long route probably is like an additional like 3+ miles. I did the short but really intense boulder climb. And I'll be doing that down too. So, that's the route I chose. I'm like, let's go direct. But walking along there sure would have been nice. I mean, even if that is a trail, it doesn't seem too bad. That's just that little blip. There's like no rocks to climb until you just kind of get over to here. But one thing I do want to say is dead ahead is Mount Langley. That's 14,000 feet. Just a shade over 14,000, I think. When I set off this morning, there was a couple guys that said they were climbing Mount Langley today. So I don't see any bodies. I don't know. I don't know what their itinerary is. It could be a 2-day hike or what their plan is, but I don't see anyone on the mountain right at the moment. I mean, it looks like right there, but I guess if you follow that and then the path up and then that little lip there, right to the top of Mount Langley, it looks kind of unpleasant. I don't see a good route up that. You even have snow sticking on it. Maybe the left side and then scoot. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not climbing Mount Langley today. Let's stop talking about Mount Langley. Look at all that. It is exhausting, especially the route I took. Maybe if I ever come up here again, I'll do the longer but easier route. But it's really neat. You can hear that wind before it gets to you. But yeah, that is just kind of feels like an optical illusion because I'm at 12.9. I know there's nothing taller than that to the south there, but that is Awancha Peak. That's only 12,000, so kind of seems like the same height or higher, but it's not. Alright, so it's 2 hours and 12 minutes up the rocky hillside of Cirque Peak, but in only an hour and 6, I think, coming down. So about half the time. I did veer even further west, but that's fine. I'm back down to below the tree line. I'm back on the Pacific Crest Trail, and some nice clouds. Let's get some nice shade for me. There might be a little bit of uphill gain from this direction, but I think all in all, once I get back to Chicken Spring Lake area, it's all downhill. Alright, less than 2.5 miles back to my car. Currently descending Cottonwood Pass. On the bright side, most of the way down has been cloudy, which definitely helps.